Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to My Hobby Home. My name is Kathy. Thank you for joining me today so much. I think we have some surprises today. Welcome to our Whip It Wednesday. What we are working on today is Clue 8 of the Aria and Ava Merry Christmas pattern that came in the 2024 Bella Rose Advent box. We will be making two S's, and we will start assembling the Christmas tree. So let me tell you what I did. After I looked at Clue 8, I realized it is a lot more than I'm going to be able to get done tonight. It is now almost 9 o'clock. That seems to be about the time I get in my sewing room. I have cut all my fabrics for the letters that we're making, the two S's, and I have cut the B and D fabrics for our rows, and I have cut all of the Christmas tree squares that we will need. We needed 64 squares. I have all 64 of those done, but I'm thinking I probably am only going to be able to do the first row, because once you see this first row, you'll understand what I'm talking about. So, and also in this, we will be incorporating some of the other pieces that we have already made. Some of the pieces that we'll be using is our ornaments here and some half square triangles. So let's get into doing our S, and I think I am at least going to be able to get my S's in that one row done. I'm going to try to do this maybe it may take a little over an hour, but I'm going to get at least row 1 done and my S's. So let's just get started on it here. I'm looking at my instructions. I am taking 2 of my D, and it tells me to mark it. They're tiny. I'm not marking them. And place a D on an A. Let's see, what is that A? These are my A's. So looks like I may only need 1. I don't know how many I'm going to need. They're just telling me take 2. So we're going to do this. So I am going to put a D in the top left and top right corner. So 1 second, I've got to press this fabric. Now this D looks like we're putting it in the middle. That don't make sense because, okay, I pull it all the way to the top of the fabric because that D is a little bit smaller than that A. Okay, so we are just going to get this sewing. And friends, thank you so much for all the comments I've been getting, letting me know about the ads. It is an issue. We are very aware of the issue. I have made YouTube aware of the issue. And it just doesn't seem like they care, but you know, as long as they're making their money, they don't care. I don't think about anybody else. I hope they do. But, oh my goodness. So it is saying I need to make 2. What we'll do is we'll just flip one over because the pieces will need to be on the opposite side. This is our top and bottom. And I'm hoping that's my bottom there. And then we need to do another unit. I'm trying to do everything that has the same fabric in it. Okay, so I'll need to make 2 because we're doing 2 letters. So I'll do 4 of them. Glad I thought about that because I kind of need to multiply everything by 2. If I got everything with, the YouTube thing, it's okay. It's going to be okay. We're not really going to worry about it. We're just going to keep on moving and grooving and sewing. And just hoping that they figure everything out before the end of next month, because this month has already been ruined. As far as their AdSense stuff. I will only be getting a third because this started on the 10th. So literally I'll only be getting a third of what I normally would have gotten. So now we're making 2 C-squares. We're going to do one on the bottom left and one on the top right. So we'll go on and do 2 of these. Now I just hope I don't get these mixed up and confused. I shouldn't, because this block is, or this unit is using a larger piece of fabric. But I'm so happy that we're now getting some rows done. We're using some of the blocks that we've already made. So what I am doing now, I'm just going to trim these apart and lay them in last piece, order. So I can just flip and do the other side. And after that, we'll be able to trim the fabric and then press the fabric. So I want to get as much done as I possibly can. This one here, we've got one on the top. We got 2 on the top. So let's see. We're doing another little white one. It's going to be on the top, and it's going to be sewing. Okay. I have to look at the direction it's sewing at. And I'm so happy you all are here with me today. I hope you're sewing on something. It's always fun to sew along with someone else. So y'all be finishing things together. I'm still getting comments about my little cats behind me. Guys, it is a beautiful, easy pattern. It is a Villa Rosa pattern. It is called Love Cats. And I'm really excited about it because I think, I don't know, I may make another one, I may not, I don't know. I have an idea for another one. So, it's just a matter of me having time to do another one. Because literally right now, everything I sew, I record for you guys. I may do a little off-camera sewing on the things I have going, but I don't have a project that I'm working on that y'all don't see. Because I figure if we're going to be creative, we might as well be creative together. Okay, so this one here, we're going to be sewing this at a different angle. This is going to be our center of our S. Our center post of our S. Looks like that piece is a little bit, sometimes my cutting is a little off. I did not cut this one on the Stripology. So it's just a little bit off. So that is all of our S pieces that we've got to do there. So what I'm going to do is trim these apart. I'm going to trim the fabric and then press. So guys, y'all stay with me and I'll be right back. Okay friends, so we now have all of our letter pieces completed. So let's get them put together. This is our letter S. So what we're going to do, there's some pieces in the inner part that has to be put together first. And, okay, so it looks like we take one of our short white pieces and one of our little red pieces. And we are just going to put a red piece on the end. And they can flip-flop. It doesn't have to be a particular end because it's only on one end of it. So I can do the same end on all the pieces and just flip-flop them when I need to. I am so excited about this, you know, knowing that we are on the tree now. Wow. And I did see that October has 5 Wednesdays. So hopefully we can, our Whip It Wednesday will be completed this month. Now this may be something that I do have to try to do a little bit off camera. But I will try to bring you guys along for all of it. Unless it's getting boring to y'all, and just let me know that. I mean, that's fine. I don't have to bring you along for all of it. I just like to sew. I like to sew, and this is something that I started bringing y'all along. This is one of my, this was actually a UFO. And I pulled it out and got it started. And now here we are on clue, what is it, 8? 8 already. Because I practically had to start this one all over. And we should have another box coming in the next month maybe. I don't recall when they ship it. I think they said November maybe. But it don't matter. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and press these out so we can just assemble our block. So now what we're going to do is start putting our pieces in order. And I'm going to be sewing these for 2 letters at a time. So I'm not going to do one and then do the other. I'm going to do, if I do one, I do 2 of each step. That way we make the best use of our time here. Okay, so we get another one. Flip that over. These pieces have to go a particular direction too, as well as these. So we're paying very close attention to what order and what direction we're putting these pieces on. Now what I'm going to do, instead of taking these two off, I'm going to do the next two, which I'll also make 2 of them. And this way what I am doing is doing 2 at a time, so when I get to that and I press, I will already have as much sewn as I can without having to take it off the machine. So now all we have to do is put these 2 sets that we've just sewn together and then add our bottom stick of our S. And what I'm doing, I am lining up on the left side instead of the right side, because the ones that I have these on, they're not quite measuring right. And the piece that is just a solid fabric, I know it's correct. So what I'm going to do is press these. I'll be right back and we'll start putting them together. This is what the top looks like, and this is what the middle looks like. So what we're going to do is take our top piece and our middle piece and line those up. Oh, and we got some seams that are nesting. How about that? That'll help us, make sure everything is spaced appropriately too. I've got that piece just a little too high up, and we don't want that. I'm going to pin these together even though I'm sewing on this edge, because that will make sure that we're staying like the appropriate spacing. Or that just sounds good to me. It just sounds like that's what it'll do. And it makes both edges come together perfectly there. So let me make sure this is my top, that's my bottom, my middle one. We're going to lay this down right here. Because, sometimes you'll have fabric that'll poke out. And I like to make my seams nest, because that seems to make them come together real good. And it actually, that one just went wonky. Now I'm hoping I'm doing the right side. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, wait, is that right? Yes, it's right. I hope it's right. I'm pretty certain it's right. So here we're going to line these. Now I know it's not necessary to pin them because I'm not sewing on that seam, but I like it to hold my fabric where it should be. And I could pin it the other direction, but I'm just not, which I will right here. Okay, so we got both of those done. I'm not going to press until I get that last piece on the bottom. Taking all the pins out. Yes, that looks good. And now these are going to go on the bottom instead of the top. All we're doing is just trying to make sure everything lines up real well, stays lined up while we're sewing it. Okay, so now I have this done. So what I'm going to do now is take it over here to my iron, press it out, and I will show you what our S's look like so we can get to working on the tree. I'm so excited. Okay, guys, so one moment. I'll be right back. Friends, I got so excited that I forgot we got to put these pieces on it. We've got to frame our letter in. And I just completely forgot about that. I'm ready to get on that Christmas tree, guys. Ready to get on it. Because it's looking like I got plenty of time. Oops, I just broke my thread. Well, somehow I just broke my thread. I have it reloaded here. I did not take the thread out. I probably should have. I've kind of learned that's what I have to do. When I break a thread, I need to go on and take it out all the way. I'm not sure why it broke there, but it hasn't broken in a good little while, so it was about time. We're going to just go on and get, I'm calling these sashings. Sashings on our letter blocks. And these are looking really, really cute. Okay, so now we have to put our sashing on the other side of the block. I was telling y'all about this thread I'm using. It is the Superior, the big cone of thread. I was hoping to use it up this year because I have some Omni thread that I do want to try, that I had ordered a while back. I think I might have got it on a sale somewhere. But I don't really recall. Okay, so now I'm going to trim these apart, press them so you can see what our S blocks look like. Okay, so we have both of our S's now. So let's move on to our Christmas tree. So the row I'm doing only uses pieces A, B, and D. These are our A pieces. We have 64 of those. And B, which I have 10 of these. I'm not using all 10 of them on this. I'm only using 2. And D, we are using both of these. So we are going to get started. How they show assembling the rows is taking the top square and the bottom square and sewing those together and doing that all the way across, because it's going to be joined with one of these pieces on the ends. So we're getting those put together first. So this is my top piece. And this is going to be my bottom piece. So I have to sew them right here. And how I'll do it, I will just chain sew these. And we will get all of these done to see how this comes out and looks. I'm so excited. Now, I will have to alternate blocks. I have different colors here, and I do need to go in and separate those. I've got dark, light, medium, some that I just pulled out of my scrap bin, guys, just to make enough of the squares. So we're going to get these separated. And then this one is our top block. And we have an A. Let's go on and do a dark A to kind of start it off. I don't know how many I have in this row, so I better count these. And once I count them, I'll pull how many I need. Well, I don't even have to do that, because this one here is going to have a Christmas ornament with it, which is this. That's going to be our bottom one. So I am just going to make this my top fabric. So my top fabric and my bottom fabric. My bottom fabric is always going to be on the top once it's sewn. That don't seem straight. And it's not. Okay, so we've got one ornament, so now we need a light top, and it shows a really dark bottom. I'm not going to use the same dark color. I'm going to use a different color. And this may not take long at all, guys. They're showing us do all of the rows at one time. I'm not going to be able to do that. So now we have a light and a dark. Let's see. I don't want to use the same dark because this is my darkest one, and that is the same fabric I used on the Christmas ornaments, and I don't want my Christmas ornaments kind of bleeding together. You know, I don't want it to look all the same, so I'm just going to use whatever. That's what I'm going to do. And it's not really going to matter if I use a light or a dark, as long as I don't have a whole row of lights and a whole row of darks. They did call for 4 different fabrics. I'm not using 4 different fabrics. So now we have our ornament on the bottom, this one on the top. I mean, literally, I'm only using 3 different fabrics, so there's going to be a lot of them beside each other. They called for 4 fat quarters, or the equivalent. Well, I got what I needed out of 2 fat quarters, a part of a fat quarter, and scraps. So, okay, so that was our second ornament. So now we have a dark and a medium. And I'm going to use this as my medium. And I don't have but like 3 of this, so maybe I need to leave some of those for up there. We'll use this, because we can use those further up in the tree. So it's kind of spaced out. You know, we have one here and there. But if it looks like I have time to get another row done, I already have all of my tree blocks done. I can probably sew those. I just may not be able to do the ends. And that's okay. That'll be okay. So we've got our 2 ornaments. And then we need 1 more. This is going to be my top. This is going to be my bottom. Because for my background, I really only cut what the first row needed. So let's see. That's 1, 2, and then we do another ornament. This is my bottom, and this is my top. And I'm okay if my tree doesn't have a lot of variety in it. That does not hurt me at all. We're going to make this our bottom, and this our top. And what we'll end up doing is sewing all of these pieces together and making that. So guys, it seems like we are going to be having a lot of sew-alongs going on. Really a lot. And I am so excited about it. I love you guys coming along with me and sewing, whether you sew the same thing I'm sewing or not. It is perfectly a-okay. You don't even have to be sewing, just sitting along listening. We have quite a few people that are not able at the moment to, join along, because we have quite a few people that's had procedures, going through procedures, all the medical things. But feel free to join us. I chit chat all the time. Sometimes I tell you stories about things that's going on in my family with my crazy kids. Oh, I think I just used that one. Did I? No. Okay. And my grandbaby, I called my daughter today. My husband came in today, and we decided to go get a bite to eat. I was going to cook, but when I got in, I was like, I can't. I'm tired. But I was up editing and uploading a video till after midnight last night. So I'm not hitting the, the 24 to 48 hours yet. I can't do that yet. But hopefully I will be able to this weekend. I'll be able to get a couple videos to where they're 24 to 48 hours out. Most weekends I try to do that. Okay. I'm debating. No, I have to. I'm going to have to press these. So I'm going to put them. I don't think it really matters how these press. Just as long as that ornament is on the bottom. That is the thing. The ornament is supposed to be on the bottom. Okay, guys, I'm about to press. I will be right back. Okay, friends, we have all of these pieces put together for our rows. So what I'm going to do is start by laying my first piece down and putting my second piece over it. And I pressed every single thing the same exact way. So I have got to see, I'm not going to have anything that nests, because I may be able to flip some pieces, but the majority of them are not going to nest. Or the same, well, none of them are going to nest how I put them together here. But here we go. Some of these are not going to be even. I'm just choosing one of the fabrics to make sure it is at 1/4 of an inch. And that's the one that I use. Because when I have half square triangles, even though I trimmed my half square triangles, they're not all going to, they're not all going to be exact. So this one here I am going to flip. just so I can have a nested seam, because it doesn't matter on this one. The ornament's the only one I can't really flip, because the ornament has to be on the bottom of the 2 rows. And guys, we have been at it an hour now, and I am going to try to not edit out so much, but the pressing, I will edit that out. Okay, this one I can flip, because I can't flip this one. And honestly, I think even if the ornaments got moved around some, it really wouldn't hurt. Not that I think they're in bad placement, I don't. It's just I don't think it would compromise the quilt top in any way if I did flip one up and one down, you know. Okay, so this is the next block. Oh, I got 2. We'll flip one of these, because I can't have 2 of the same fabric next to one another. I could, but I don't want to. I see this really dark fabric. I don't have as many of the dark fabric as I do the rest of them, so I really need to be using my other fabrics and use this one sparingly. Oh, that worked out, doing that one, because somehow I ended up with that one, 2 of the same fabrics beside one another. So what we're creating here technically is a 4-patch, but with a ornament block in that 4-patch. So my guess is that is how our rows are going to be, is like 4 patches, all of the rows. I haven't looked. I just saw there's more than 1 row, and I was like, there's no way I can do that many tonight. I would have loved to. What I need is a full day of sewing, and I can just edit it down to an hour of sewing. But who knows? I may be able to get that in this week. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so this is the last piece, which is upside down there. So that's probably why they're doing right. And when I was pressing, guys, I didn't even think about them nesting or not. That was not in my thought process at all. But what we are going to try to do now, I don't know that I'm even going to press these open, because it doesn't matter right now, is just try to start sewing, you know, the 4 patches together. I've got to get that corner there. It's not wanting to match up. Okay. So what I'll do is I will trim these apart and lay them in the order that we need them in. I'm not going to press them, but I'm going to start sewing them together. So this is my first block right here, my first 4 patch. Oh, those didn't go together real good. It's not gonna matter. And this is my second one. The second one does, wait, I'm supposed to, okay, there it is. So it's going to be on this side. So let's see, does that nest? No, it does not nest. We'll still pin in the seam though. But what we'll do is start putting, you know, the next set of 2s together. We'll make it to that pin, hopefully without hitting that pin. I don't like hitting the pins, but I do it so frequently. So yeah, if you're new here, I am the queen of running over pins in my projects. I go through a card of 10 needles in a week, 2 weeks maybe. So yes, I'm horrible about that. Okay, what happened here? So 1, 2, 1, 2. Somehow this one we sewed the wrong side. So that one is going to vary. It's not going to go down exactly how it's supposed to. It's not going to matter, guys. It really is not. I'm taking creative liberties. That's what this is called, creative liberties. AKA too lazy to sew the right sides together. And pull it out. So, you know. So let's see. This block also has an ornament. So it's like they're going to be like every other, and where it skips, it just is what it is. Oh, I had 2 of the same together. We're not going to let that worry us though. Because the Christmas tree has all different shades of greens in it. And I know that's what they're doing with the multiple different fabrics for the tree, is to get that different shades for the tree, which is fine. Okay, so we have this one left. So what I'm going to do is take this off, and I'm going to put this here to keep them in order. Wow, I didn't realize it was only 3 of them when you do that. So 1, 2. So now we're going to add the next set like this. And we are making sure that ornament stays on the bottom. This one does not have a nested seam, but it does have 2 seams that we can pin in. Okay, then we have our ornaments here, and let's see how the last piece goes on. Now what we will do once I get these put together, I'm not going to press them, but I will go in and sew that sash on the ends of them, because that's all we need right now. And I will press off camera, so y'all don't have to watch that. My goodness, that don't want to go in. Sometimes when it's starting on a seam, it does not want to do it, but that is okay. Okay, so now we have all of our pieces. Well, no we don't. We got to put these 2 together now. So let's open this one up. And let's open this one up. And those 2 do. Thank goodness those 2 nest. So now we do have our whole row put together, except for our sashing piece that we will be putting on the bottom, or on the sides of the bottom piece. Let me get these half square triangles out of the way. I am just going to lay this over here and take my sashing piece, put on the end here. And now we need to put the sashing on the other side. Guys, I'm trying to hit my time today. That's what I'm trying to do. Can't be too long, but I don't want it to be too short. But I do appreciate each and every one of you taking time out of your day to join me in sewing our Clue 8 of the Merry Christmas quilt. We're not done with Clue 8. We may have to do Clue 8 in 2 parts. But we are done with Clue 8 now. So friends, look at this. Clue 8 is done with its strips. Now this is the bottom row of the Christmas tree. So how about that? It is so pretty. I'm so excited. It looks like I have a lot of light colors, but we're going to dot in some darks in there. And friends, thank you once again for joining me. Please give me a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, please do. Feel free to leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And if you have that hype button on my videos, please click that hype button and help get me out to more people. I truly appreciate it. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye, guys.